This message will be about, our video will be about how to calculate kinetic energy, mass, and velocity using our EK equals half mv squared formula. Okay, and I guess my poor little blue pen is not going to make it. Bye-bye, blue pen. You served me well. Okay, so I'm purposely going to pick number 2, number 4, and number 5 because this one is asking about what is the kinetic energy. This one is kinetic energy. Okay, this one is asking for velocity, and this one is asking for mass. So we would be able to use the formula all manipulated in different ways. Okay, so I'm going to start by listing my variables for each. And I know they take about half a page each, so I'm going to do that. Okay, so for number 2, okay, let's label it kinetic energy practice. And I'm going to call it solutions. Okay, so in number 2, we have a mass of 1.14 times 10 to the 8 kilograms. Okay, and it gets up to a speed of something, 8 kilometers per hour, and it has kinetic energy. Okay, I'm looking at this right now and I'm already going, oh, kilometers per hour, we don't like that, we like meters per second. Okay, so we're going to need to convert that at some point. Okay, and that's great that it has the energy, or has the answer, but we need to know the process too, not just the answer. Okay, so we're asking for kinetic energy. That's going to be measured in joules when we're done, and here they've decided to put it into megajoules. Okay, which is fine. I'll probably have my answer in scientific notation at first. Okay, and then the speed we said was 8. And we're leaving our zeros on here because we need that for significant digits, because we're going to need 3 at the end. Okay, so we're going to have to convert that to meters per second. Okay, but before we do that, let's get our variables so that we can, for the next questions, so that we can have them ready on our paper and not have to keep looking back and forth. All right, so I'm going to move my paper down a bit. Okay, and put my variables for question 4, or list my givens, whatever you want to call it. Okay, mass of a neutron. Oh, I'm mixing some chemistry in here today. 1.67 times 10 to the minus 27 kilograms, so they're pretty small. And it has that much energy. Okay, an efficient reaction, and what's the speed? And they want it in meters per second. Okay, so we're going to get ready to do that. And 5 will be our next one. Let's list our variables for 5. It says maximum speed is 85 meters per second. And it has some energy, kinetic energy, 2868. And what's the mass of the peregrine falcon? And that's going to be measured in grams. Okay, so now we have those questions ready. Let's make it big so we can see more of the paper more clearly. Move the ponytail. I'll get the right page. Okay, hopefully we can do this quickly so we can do it all on video. That'd be great. So we're looking for kinetic energy here. Okay, so we're going to use this formula here. Okay, half mv squared, and we're calculating for kinetic energy, so we're going to use that formula alone, leave that formula alone. Okay, but first let's convert this from meters per second. Okay, so using unit analysis, that would be, okay, if we want to get rid of the hours, we put them on top. So in 1 hour there are 60 minutes. Oops, yeah. See, this is why we got to be careful. Okay, we don't multiply instead of divide. Okay, and so that cancels out. To get rid of minutes, we need it up here. There are 60 seconds in a minute. Okay, now let's get rid of kilometers. So we need kilometers on the bottom. And 1 kilometer, there's 1,000 meters. Okay, so our velocity is going to be 8. Oops, my phone. There's the calculator. My calculator. Okay, so we're going to go 8 times 1,000 divided by 3,600, because 3,600 is 60 times 60. Okay, is 2.2 repeating. Okay, we are going to leave that in our calculator, because if we round early, that's a problem. Okay, it's going to give us the wrong answer. So EK is half mv squared. This was step 1. This was step 2. Okay, step 3 is plug your numbers in the formula. I like to change this to 0.5 when I'm doing my calculator bit. Okay, my mass 1.14. Putting the units in along the way, and then 2.2 repeating. Okay, and let's see if we get that the same. See, I already forgot my squared piece. Okay, so we got to put that in there carefully. So let's square that, this button. Okay, times 0.5 times 1.14 times 10 to the 8. Okay, gets us 281 something something. Okay, and let's see if that's what they had. 281. Excellent. Okay, so let's put that written properly. 814, 81481.5 joules, but that's not how we write things. Okay, so we're going to put the kinetic energy is 2.81 times 10 to the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 10 to the 8 joules. Okay, or 281 megajoules would be another good answer. Okay, but I usually put things in joules. Oh, 7 minutes and 34 seconds. Let's see how much we can get done of number 4. Okay, 1.67 times 10 to the negative 27, kinetic energy, speed. Okay, so our speed formula that we're going to use is this one. Okay, 2 times kinetic energy divided by mass, and then the square root of that answer. Okay, usually if anybody isn't successful with this one, it's because they didn't punch it in the calculator properly. Okay, so step 1, list variables. Step 2, write formula. Step 3, plug in numbers. Okay, so I'm going to punch in 2 times 1.1 times 10 to the, oh, we haven't used a negative yet, negative 14. Okay, and I'm going to push enter on that one. Okay, and then I'm going to go divided by 1.67 times 10 to the negative 27. I like pushing enter along the way, and you always keep your numbers. You don't do any dividing yet. Okay, so now we take the square root of that answer. So on my calculator, I push shift square root and shift answer, because then I don't have to type in all these numbers. Okay, and it's going to keep my answer properly. So square root of the answer, 362. Okay, let's check and see if that's what the answer put to. 3.63. Okay, so we just need to round it better. All right, so let's put our full response here so we can round things properly. 3629552.685 meters per second. Okay, so let's round that and put our significant digits. 3.63, like they said. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And 10 to the 6 meters per second. Okay, 10:07, 10:08. Let's see if we can get this last one done in 4 minutes, 5 minutes. Question 5, listing variables. We did that. Question 2, put formula. Okay, we're going to use this one now. Mass is 2 times kinetic energy divided by v squared. We're going to not forget our squared part. Mass is 2. Okay, and you might be tempted to just punch it in your calculator, but it's so important to write out all these steps. Okay, so I'm going to start with multiplying this and squaring that, and write that step out because it makes me feel more comfortable that I'm doing it properly. Okay, so 5736 joules. Okay, and 85 squared is that one. Here's square per second squared because it's squaring both of the things. Okay, and so now this divided by this. 5736 divided by answer. Okay, and 1, 2, so there's 4 significant digits up here, 3 significant digits down here. So let's do 3 significant digits, and just for fun, let's do some scientific notation for practice. Okay, and let's check if that's what the answer was here. 794 grams. A slightly different answer. Right, times 10 to the negative 1. I wonder what we did differently. Let's calculate that again. Okay, so we did 2 times kinetic energy. Speed was 85. Let's give it a go. Maybe the answer key's wrong. Okay, or if I'm wrong, let me know. See if you can figure it out for me. I will also keep looking at it.